Hey everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and today is an iPad/planning update or planner update. I'm just going to tell you guys how my planning has been going because I have not done any sort of planner videos, and that's because I have not been planning this whole pregnancy. Basically, I keep track of appointments and things with my iPhone. I have the iPhone XS Max. It's the one that came out last season. They're about to release new ones coming up soon. I'm not going to update. Before this, I had a 6. I don't plan on updating for a long time. I absolutely still love my XS Max. It's a great size, and now using the 6, Johnny actually has my 6 now, and actually using it is just terrible. I hate the tiny screen, but I absolutely love using this big giant phone. So I've been using that. I film with that sometimes as well for this channel. Like my grocery hauls and stuff are all filmed with that camera, but I have not done any planning aside from using iCal for appointments. Like that's the only thing I've been really keeping track of as far as planning goes. So I actually just started using my iPad more again. I'll use it for like reading. I have a Kindle app on here and I will read on it. I will surf the internet and use it for like more iPad type things. But not necessarily for planning type things, except for one thing that we have been doing. We have been researching building a house again, which I talked about in some house videos. I'll link those down below for you guys. We've talked more in depth about it. We've been going to the various builder things, and I've been keeping track of all the info in here, which I'll walk you through using that Good Notes app. And then this is the actual first week I have been back to using a paper planner. I don't know, there's something about the paper that I really like, and I was thinking, like, once baby is here and I get into planning, I don't think I want to have this very expensive thing just laying around, potentially getting gunked up. This is definitely not waterproof, so I don't want it anywhere near baby stuff when newborn baby is here. I also don't want to accidentally drop it, so I feel like it's way safer to go back to the planner in the paper version for a while. And so that's what I've been kind of working with. I've been doing more of like the project planning style stuff in here. I also still keep track of my YouTube notes in here, which I'll show you guys. But as far as like the day-to-day planning, to-do listing type stuff, I'm trying to go back to the paper. And like I said, it's only my first week into it. I started over the weekend and then have been using it ever since. So it's not even been a whole week. So this is my setup currently. I have this one on my nightstand for, you know, planning the night before, and then I have these two always stuck to the planner, and I usually have it folded open to the week that I'm on, but for this I wanted to be able to show you guys everything, how the setup is. I've got Erin Condren covers on a PLUM paper planner, and this is one of the student planners. I have reviewed this and walked through it the whole time, but it's got a customized layout, and I really liked the layout it has. PLUM paper planner is awesome because they have tons of different configurations, but not only that, you can add your own headers. So I could have added a header to this bottom section, to this section, to these top sections, also to the habit tracker, and you can really customize it and play around with it. So I only customized a few things. I put this section as on the schedule, so timed out things. Also my top 3, like what top 3 chores or things have to get done that day. And I also added this healthy habit section. So I'm gonna try to, you know, get back to a little habit tracking. I've been so off of any sort of habits and routines this whole pregnancy. I'm getting further into the pregnancy. I've just had a little bit of energy the last couple of weeks to actually do anything productive. So I'm trying to be a little more productive by using this. But as you can see, I haven't used it at all. Basically, after I got this, or like the same exact time I got this, I ended up getting the iPad and switching to digital. And I did that for months until I got pregnant, and then everything flew out the window. So this is what I've got going on. I'll flip to this week. I'll actually flip to last week. I've got the weekend stuff written out here, and then flip to this week. So I'll take these off and I'll walk you through my system here. I thought I would do a bit of color coding for the first 2 sections. I would do more of the pink or whatever color it is of the week. And then I had this week my videos done in purple, but my purple is running out. It looks like the ink is skipping. I don't know if you guys can even see that. The purple has like a bubble skip in it, even though it looks like there's more purple ink left. A lot of these are running out because they are older pens that I've used a while. These are the Uni Style Fit pens, and they are customizable. So you pick your own inks to put in there. It has lots of different colors, so you can see They're all 0.5 because I really prefer the 0.5 over the 0.3s. And sometimes they'll offer 0.3s and 0.5s in these multi-pens. I picked these up at JetPen. So these are the exact same kind of pen, the Uni Style Fits, but this one actually is a little bit different because I have the mechanical pencil insert right there. And this one also has an eraser. So you can use it like a mechanical pencil and then put other colors in there as well. So I've got a couple of different colors on this one that I used this week. So I went ahead and kept this one in my nightstand or on my nightstand, and then this one clipped. This is the one I use mostly. I got the purple for the actual videos that are going up that day. I did not white out this one when I wrote the wrong one. I realized she wasn't gonna go back to school until Wednesday, which is today. So I marked off that so I could make sure that I had that video edited since I was filming it earlier in the week. And then here I've got my on the schedule stuff. I write down if it's going to be a film day or an edit day in the top 3 section. I don't always work on videos all the time, so it's nice to just, you know, say, this is what I want to get edited, and then this is what I want to get filmed. So I've got the videos down here in orange. These are video ideas or videos that are already like planned out in my head or in my iPad. So I found some footage of her 4th birthday haul. I did not realize I never got that posted. It was right around the time I found out I was pregnant and got super sick and we moved at the same time. So that's gonna be a video that'll pop up at some point, but I don't know when. When I actually do things and cross them out, I've been using a mild liner. This one just came in a pack I got off Amazon. I think it was like a 15 pack. So I've got a bunch of these ones. I have not really talked about these mild liners much, but they're just little highlighters, and it's got a fine tip as well. So if you want to do some writing with them, you can. I just use the bold tip to highlight anything that has been done. And then I thought I would use the bottom sections for dinners, but I've been so food moody that I have not been keeping track of dinners like that. It's been more like, okay, am I going to cook? Am I gonna pull out leftovers? Or am I going to have Johnny pick something up? I never know, so I do not plan out the dinners at all. And then up here, I was just gonna do like brainstorming or little notes that need to be taken. I drew a house thing here. It's a kind of island that is offered in some of the houses here, which I was just drawing it out for Johnny one night. And then over here, I've got my healthy habits. I'm going to start doing these today, actually, because Monday and Tuesday she was out of school and I did not want to have to start anything new. So this is what I'm going to start trying to keep track of. I'm going to try to make sure I read every night, get to bed at a certain time, do a little bit of journaling, plan in the morning, just try to, you know, have my eyeballs on this planner to make sure that I'm doing whatever it is I want to be productive with. And then also I'm going to try to do a clean 15. So this is either in the morning or the evening. We just pick up and do some cleaning for 15 minutes. It's basically tidying up. And we've been working on that actually the last couple of weeks as I've gotten more energy back. All 3 of us, before Olivia goes to bed, we just clean for a few minutes. It's not usually even 15 minutes. It doesn't take us long to get through some stuff, but I thought I would put that in there. Maybe ideally do a morning clean 15 and an evening clean 15. So I can get a little bit more done as far as, you know, cleaning and tidying goes. I really tried to stick with the color scheme thing, except I wrote this last video idea in pink instead of the orange. I had all the other videos in orange. So I just kind of messed up and I was not about to, you know, scratch it out and redo it. I just left it the wrong color, and that's totally okay. I'm not doing a whole lot of decorating, as you can see. It's just straight up color coding and productivity, and that's more my planner style. I love the stamps and I love the stickers and all that stuff, but I find that when this gets any sort of cluttered up, I'm less productive. So I really like to keep it clean and sleek, and the color coding helps me keep it, you know, decorative and fun. And since I haven't worked on the next week, I just wrote down next week, whatever will go here, because we don't usually have a whole lot to do on Sunday. I try to make Sunday our day. We don't really do much of anything, so that will work really well to have at least, maybe I'll move it down a little bit, but like have the next week plans written there before I write them in, because I don't know what colors I'm going to want to use for the following week. So I thought I would just, you know, play around with it a little bit. Like this week I concentrated mostly on the pink, but next week I might want it to be blue, and I'll change up my highlighter color from time to time. But this is what has been fun for this week, is just having these 2 here. I can use all the colors of the pens, and there is another multi-pen that I've seen that was not out at the time of me purchasing these. There is a Sarasa one, and you guys know I love the Zebra Sarasa. If you've watched my pen faves, the Zebra Sarasa pens are one of my faves. So they have those in the multi-pen now. if I keep up with the paper planning, I'm totally going to treat myself to getting one of those Sarasa ones because I love those. They're gel pens. So I'm pretty positive this is more of a ballpoint pen, but I love the Sarasa gel pens. Also, this is done in yellow, and that's from this multi-pen. I have a yellow in there, but I plan on using the highlighter to fill in the little bubbles. So I just crossed off Monday and Tuesday since she was out of school. I wasn't trying to be super productive those days. I actually did quite a few of these things, but I wasn't going to keep track of it. And now I'm going to try to keep track of it with the mild liner. I'll fill them in the evening when I do my like nightly little planning thing I've been doing every night. So that's pretty much it as far as the actual planner. And like I said, I leave this open to whatever side of the book I'm on. That's one reason I love these spiral bound planners, and I've never really gotten into the ring bound planners. I hate having the whole thing open and sitting out like that. I don't like it at all. So I always just have one side flipped, and then when it's later in the week, this is the side that's showing. And it's easy for me, you know, if I'm planning, I have this in my lap. I can easily flip back and forth, you know, for whatever side, but I don't like it flopping all over the place with the two sides open. And then I can just clip both of these in here. This is a big enough spiral that it holds my giant multi-pen and my mild liner there. So it's really convenient. And then this one, like I said, on my nightstand for just my evening planning session. So I can tell you, I did not get to editing both of these, but when I do another edit day, which might not be till next week, or if I'm editing throughout the week, not on an editing day, which sometimes I'm really excited about doing that. So I will just go back to my list and work on the ones that still need to be edited. And then I can carry those over as well for, you know, following weeks or whatever. But that's just a, you know, a rough idea of what I want to get done that day as far as much filming and editing as I can plan out there. So as you can see, I don't have a whole lot on the list. And if I'm going to be real honest, Johnny's been doing a lot of the cleaning. The bigger I've gotten and the further along in my pregnancy I've gotten, he's just on the weekends, like Saturday morning, he just knocks out the cleaning. It's been really great and helpful because I get so out of breath just even talking to you guys, much less like actually moving my body at all. So I don't do nearly as much. I can't bend as much, and he's really just been a rock star lately. So I appreciate that. Anyway, so this is just always sitting out wherever I am in the house. And now let's go ahead and move into the digital part of my planning I'm doing. This is the planner that I have available in my planner shop, and I'm just using a printable. I'll show you here. This is a printable, free printable page that I have found. Oops, put it back. And then I'll undo that so it's exactly where I want. I just stuck it on my blank planner page. So I have not been using the monthly tabs at all. I haven't been using the top tabs at all. I've just been using the video things. Like I had this open while I was filming my week 29 video, so I could go down my list of questions and remember my notes for everything. And if you're here because you're paper planning and you're seeing this for the first time, I will link a video down below of all the digital planning. It will blow your mind. It's really awesome with the new Apple Pencil and the new iPad. And I don't know if they're releasing new ones this year or this season. Their new releases usually happen in the fall, so they might have new ones by the time you see this. But anyway, I just love having this. I use this all the time for just taking notes for things, for video ideas and stuff, but I've got all my week things in here. I've got notes for my budget video that I film. I take notes for other videos, but these are all my pregnancy ones so far. Okay, so for actual house stuff, we have been going and comparing things at different builders, and they have let me go into the design studio. They've answered my questions about things, and when you're building a house, things are done in levels. So that's what all these L numbers mean. I had to kind of clear some of this out because I didn't want to put builders on blast or anything in this video. So I'm just keeping track of things. I pulled pictures directly from online, like their online programs. I pulled pictures directly from those, then looked up what level they are, or asked in the design studio the levels, and then I also could pull pricing. One of the builders had their pricing done online, so I could pull pricing as well. So I just kind of put things that I wanted to look at when we got to the design center. So this was me pre-planning, going to see all the things and just pulling the stock photos for things. Again, stock photos. I wrote down what levels each one of these are. You can see the higher the number, the more expensive they get. So like level 7 would be way more expensive than level 3, that type of thing. And I deleted the title of the neighborhood right there. Again, like stock photos. And then as I was in the design studio, I can use the camera, have it folded over on my cover. You can't see the camera, but I can just fold it like that. It is magnetic. So what I did while I was walking around the design studio is I folded that over and snapped photos. So this is actually a page in one of their books. On that, either I tapped it again or I tapped where I wanted to take a picture. I could just snap the picture, use it, pull it into the program, and then write right next to it. So I could doodle, I could write my notes, I could write the names of things while I was actually standing there physically in the thing getting the pictures pulled up. So I don't need any of that. Let's get rid of that. But this is how I kept track of all the building stuff. And like I said, we went to 2 builders. There's tons of things in each house to keep track of. And like I picked out 2 stock pictures from their website, and I ended up liking one better, so I circled that one. And so like Livy had to come with me this day. So you can see her iPad was there in her little snack box, but I snapped the photo of the things I liked all together, and I could write directly on my photo, like what each granite was. I was comparing the granites to the other colors that I picked out for flooring, for cabinetry, and backsplash. And then I took closer up photos of the actual granites because, you know, the little pieces of granite don't show you the full picture of what you'd actually get on a big slab. So I wrote those down. Later on, I could go back into their program and write down the pricing information for the granites there. That would be the upgrade cost for putting the granites in places. And so here I've got 2 that I marked off. I found one in the design studio that actually is not one of the choices available, but I liked it, so I marked it out later on. And this one was a level 7. I found that it was not worth the upgrade price, so I marked it off as too expensive. Things like that were really easy to do, you know, snap the photos in real time, write down the names of things in real time, and then go back and do my research for things later on. So looking at like the same thing I was talking about before, this was with the different builder. I'm, you know, writing levels down as the things like have levels written on the back side of them, have different swatches options, write down my notes in real time as I'm doing it, and then I can go back and add pricing in all of this. So I'm showing examples. Basically, I went to the design studio, planned out houses, and I'm going to price them out and see if it's a feasible option for us to go build. But you can see I picked out different tile in some of these pictures, but then I made notes. This one doesn't match a certain kind of granite at all. So that's something to consider. I also really liked a backsplash in one of their sample kitchens, so I took pictures of the sample kitchen. So I don't know exactly where my camera cut off, but it cut off in me praising the iPad. I just love it. I love that the pencil just stays right there. It was really easy to actually use in a real-time situation, like going around the design center. I would hold it, snap my photos, write my stuff down, and it was great. And any kind of papers they gave me, I snapped photos of them, stuck them right in the program, and it was just awesome. So I feel like for my day-to-day, just basically glorified to-do list and habit tracking, I have been using this, and I plan on continuing to use this until baby's a little bit older, because I just don't want to have this around a tiny baby who's prone to leakage and all sorts of, you know, kind of gross baby things. I don't want this around. I don't want to accidentally knock over drinks if it's sitting there next to us. I don't want to actually break it by dropping it or anything. So I feel like this is just for my use when baby's already asleep. And then this is for my everyday use. And you know, if this gets trashed a little bit, it's fine. It's just paper. It's not a big deal. Whereas if this gets trashed, it's a much, much more serious situation because it's my little iPad baby. So I love having it for the projects and stuff. I feel like it's been super practical to use in real life. I've had it now, I don't know how long I've had it. I've had it since basically since it first came out. I guess we're kind of getting close to a year mark with this. So I really just loved it and I would recommend it. Now the thing I say I won't recommend is the cover itself. It's not protective at all. It's really nice to have as far as like scratch protection, but you can see this thing has gotten some really nasty looking wear. There is like a scratch on here. Most of it I think can probably be wiped off. I'm going to try to magic erase it one day and see if I can get some of those smudges off. You can see it just kind of got really gross. So I would recommend getting a darker color if you're gonna get one of these, because this color shows everything. This light color, it's the same as my Apple Watch band. So I would recommend against getting this color, but I do like that the case will, you know, flip open so I can take a picture when I have it wrapped around the other side. But yeah, I think that is it as far as planner updates, iPad updates. That's kind of what I'm working with now. I'm kind of trying to get back into the routine of referencing the planner every day and trying to be a little bit productive. So I hope you guys liked this look at my current planner setup. I will leave relevant links and videos down below like I had mentioned in this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. So be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.